comedian, your headliner for the night. I'm so excited to have him on this show. He is open for Gary Goldman. Oh my God, he's been to San Francisco Sketch Fest, and he runs a great show called Optimism that will be happening at Framework on March 7th at 8 p.m. It's a phenomenal lineup. Please go check it out. Please give it up all the noise in the world right now for Jaren George. Joy riding on Christina as I keep the competition mind up in between her.
Oh, you're supposed to nod back. Okay. Give it up for Joe Sanchez, Joe John Sanchez III, please. Give it up for them. Nice little cozy show, huh? Nice fire. I hope everyone's keeping warm. Oh, wait 1 second. Sorry. Sorry, I just felt all weak this week because Black History Month is almost over. I used to have a lot of us black folks. We had like a lot of power, like, and now today's the last day. God, you should see me on February 14th. I was so buffed. Oh my God. I was in my prime. But it's all right. It's the only things that kept me going this Black History Month was I just like walk around town. I always get like, good morning, King. Salutations, King. Your table's ready, King. Like all that. It's great. Or is it? So to my white friends, I just want to say, keep doing that. That makes me come, okay? All right? All right? Doesn't have to be only this month, you know? It doesn't. It really doesn't. Yeah, it's good to be here. God, yeah. I'm actually happy this month. I tried to take a break from smoking weed for like the whole month. I made it to 26 days. Thank you. All right. Cool. Yeah. Because I saw what was on the news the other day. I was just like, went to my dispensary. I was just like, sativa, please. Thank you. No, hybrid. I don't want to think too much. It's good to be here. I mean, this month has been really. Yeah, it's been all right. I didn't do for example, I didn't do much for Valentine's Day. Did y'all did things on Valentine's Day? Yeah. Yes. Yeah. That was me. Whole Valentine's Day. I was like Mr. Scrooge. Anytime I see a couple making out, I'm just like bah humbug, you know. Whisper so they can hear bah humbug like that. And the reason I felt like a Scrooge because I think I wanted not like a Christmas story like on Valentine's Day, but a Valentine's Day carol story of my own, you know, where I'm visited by 3 ghosts, but instead I fuck them. All right. Instead of them teaching me a lesson, I just bring them back to life. Like, oh, you know, like that. That's how I make them. Oh, Jaren, you changed things. Oh, like that. You're welcome. Now clean it up. I went to New York last week. I was in New York. I went to visit my mom, did some shows, survived the blizzard. Oh yeah, I even shoveled some snow for Zoran. Okay, I would do anything for him. I mean, you know, yeah, he's a great guy. I'm just as a New Yorker that was born and raised, I can't wait for him to start the policy where everyone stays to the right when you walk on the sidewalk. Okay, thank you. All right, none of the. No, stay to the right. We're a road. Oh, sorry. I lost my cool once. I was like, rules of the road. All right, on the sidewalk. Think about it. And you're just like, oh yeah. Walking by them, it was great. I was celebrating my mom's birthday. Well, I had to celebrate the day after. On the 23rd was the blizzard, but I got her. I made some breakfast for her. I'm happy we didn't go out because last time we went out, the last year was really like stressful for me because my mom, she has a bad knee, and a lot of times I have to pick her up. But that's not a problem. I'm a good son, okay? With these 4 arms, I will. Give me 10 minutes, Mom. I'm gonna pick you up, all right? We're at this restaurant, and she was like, I had to use the bathroom. I was like, no worries, Mom, roll up my sleeves. I put the sleeves down because it was cold, and I was like, all right, Mom, I got my stance, the power stance, and, I was trying to pick her up, and of course I was struggling, and I was like, Mom. And everyone's looking in the restaurant, okay? It's been like a couple minutes. I'm just like, Mom, rock back and forth. Give me some momentum. Yeah. Come on. She got up a little, you almost there, like that. And then finally one of the restaurant employees is just like, do you need help? I'm like, no, maybe someone to watch what I'm doing wrong. Like, I'll get help. And then she goes to the back, get like this bigger, blacker dude. All right, I'm talking about like real New York, like from the Bronx, wearing the New York Yankees hat, the Timbs, and like a blacker LL Cool J comes out like, hey, I heard your mom needs help. Like, comes out like, I heard your mom needs help, I'm like, I guess so, yeah, and my mom saw what's happening, like, no, let's just save energy, to help me out of the taxi, son. Like, he could help. I was like, yeah, I got this. My mom just went all limp. She was like, oh, yeah. So like, yeah, got her up, and she got like, she got up she got up like the bus was here, like, oh, the bus is here, like that. And I was like, all right, I'm just holding her purse. I'm just like, all right, watch your shoes, okay, and stuff. And I was like, I was kind of screwed up, so I was like, thank you, man. He's like, yeah, no problem. I was like, all right, cool. And my mom was just like, I think I need help in the bathroom. I was like, no, you don't need help in the bathroom, Mom. All right. So she left, and and then this guy had to guilt trip me. He was just like, hey, man, you gotta help your mom. you gotta help your mom out, man. Like, what you not see me before? I was. But I didn't say that because I didn't want to talk back to my new stepdad, so just not gonna risk it, Met up with some old friends. I met up the first rich friend that I had back in 6th grade. My first one. Oh boy. He lives in Long Island. I went to school in Queens with him, but he lived in Long Island. We went to a sleepover one time, and I went to his house for the sleepover. And man, let me tell you, I never seen carpeted stairs, okay? I was like, wow. An external freezer in the garage, filled with ice pops to the brim, who knew? His name is Ryan. I was like, man, Ryan, you have it made. I was like, that's not all, Jaren. And then we go down to his basement. I'm following him down his carpeted stairs to the basement, and there's a pool table, and he has a ping pong table, and he has a big screen TV. And I was like, wow, buddy, this is great. And it's like, that's not all, Jaren. Watch. Sit down here. He turns on the TV, and then he puts on Playboy. He just puts it on. Like that was he's like, I got all the channels. I was like, clearly you do. And it was like getting hot and heavy. I'm like, we're both like watching, like that's 6th grade just watching Playboy for like a couple minutes. And I'm seeing there's a box of tissues in the remote. I was like, what the hell? And before I even say anything, he was just like, well, I'll leave you to it. He goes up and allows his room and just leaves me there with the Playboy on, with a box of tissues, the remote and everything. I'm like, what the fuck, man? So I go up to the stairs. I'm marching up upstairs. And I'm knocking on his room. I'm like, hey, man, open up. Why are you leaving me in here? I'm downstairs with the TV on, with the Playboy on. The box of tissues and the remote, huh? Without any lotion? What kind of friend are you, man? So every week every week I go back there. He never forgot the lotion, man. He was a really good friend, I felt really comfortable there. A lot of times I just go up to the kitchen with my pants around my ankles. I'm just getting the Capri Sun, like, hey, tell your mom to get more flavors. Come on, Fuck. I just love doing that part. I just want you to watch. Imagine me with my pants around my ankles. That's all. Sorry. Didn't mean to fool y'all. My other friend, I'm really happy for him. He's in an open relationship. And now he told me he's in a polyamorous relationship. And the way he's like explained it to me, like especially during I'm like on text, because when I landed, he's like, hey, and I was staying at his place. It was like a 3-paragraph explaining it. I was like, man, I live in Portland. I get it, buddy. No worries. Come on. But it was a lot. There's 5 partners, which is it's still cool. One is part-time. I did not know that. But like 4 of them to live together. And the part-time one, his name is Zeus. And I was just like, man, for a name like that, should be full-time, all right? Should be the manager for this relationship. Zeus? Come on. You know? And I was kind of getting jealous. I was like, am I auditioning here? Because like, they do like brunch reservations. They got like a whole chore wheel and everything, with hearts, everything. It was beautiful. And I'm just realizing like, man, this is really opening doors for me if I go back to Portland, because if I had a resume for like a poly relationship, man, like listen, I don't eat much. All right? I don't need a lot of room in the bed, okay? All right? And yeah, I like to give out a lot of compliments, okay? You, sir, you have a Richard Gere thing going on. I love the aura. Just want to let you know. Appreciate it. Thank you. Yeah, I had to let y'all know, I had to get ready for a boasting show. I had to boast the audience, so that one was good. That one was on the house. All right? My friend in the gray sitting by the bar, I couldn't help looking behind you, that back posture. You know what you're doing, all right? You sitting sideways, you don't need that back support, all right? You give that support to other people, and I applaud that. Hey, I'm good at this. Thank you. All right, there's too many of you, but I'll give you a wink for satisfaction. All right, cool. All right. Yeah, I took my favorite airline to New York, and that's what? Alaska Airlines. Yeah, I'm the MVP Gold member. Any MVP members here? Where am I? Yeah. I like taking Alaska Airlines. It's great because I get the free first class upgrades, and it is weird when you're with a friend. And like, we're in the terminal gate, and we're just talking shit about the people like who are boarding before us. We're in like Group F or whatnot, and we're just like, oh, look at these fucks boarding before us. Look at them. And then I got a notification on my phone. I was just like, hey, buddy, sorry, first class. I gotta go. I'm sorry. I was so giddy. And here's the thing: you can't just like. You gotta act like you bought these first class upgrades, You can't just like go and like, cause I don't want them to look at me like, hey, out of my way, first class, I'm like my back straight. I'm just like that, man. I'm back straight. I'm just like, excuse me, first class, out of the way. Because there's this thing called, was it gate lice or lice gates? Wait, what's it called? There's a term that people, they crowd the terminal gate. All right, I just learned this, okay? All right, so don't judge me too harshly, but here's the thing: if you're in group like F, Group E, Group D, or Group C, sit the fuck down, all right? Check your emails, check those text messages. Group A, Group B, you can stretch it a little bit, all right? That's fine. And I just want to say, we need like a loose Alaska airline or just any airline employee just walking around, seeing who's doing the right thing, you know what I mean? Giving out positive reinforcements, all right? Just walking around, and I'm just like, you know what? I like how this group is sitting down, and you gotta talk really loud so everyone can hear you, like this, like it's a second grade classroom. I like how this group is sitting down, waiting for their turn, not in anyone's way. You know what? Here's a Biscoff cookie. There you go. All right, Alaska Airlines, we don't give those out every flight. That's my only complaint. We gotta give those out. Come on. I was so mad. My plane was delayed, and I got the pretzels. I was like, where's the Biscoff cookies? What is this? But it was a red-eye flight, so I didn't want to be too loud. The TSA though, in New York, very, very sassy. But I love the TSA in Portland, you know, and the TSA in Portland, like if they take away your things, they'll hold on to it when you get back. You know, that's how nice they are. I had a TSA agent at JFK. Right when they were checking the IDs, and she was just like looking at my ID. She was just like, "Oh wow, a Virgo." I was like, "Yeah." And then she just was like, "I'm a Leo. You've been randomly selected." And then she's like, put on her gloves. I was like, "Whoa! You can't do it from here." I didn't get to the bucket, and I put myself in the buckets. What is this? Oh, never again. Get that pre-check, you know. I want to give you a heads up. I have an ex-camper. I used to be this person's counselor, this kid's counselor. When I was working at this summer camp, he's doing comedy now. I'm sorry. I don't know. I did everything right. I don't understand. So, here's the thing. The show was canceled because of the storm. And the thing was, if you were to bring me up saying, this man used to be my summer camp counselor, because then I would have to say something. I'm like, yeah, he's right. I forced him to take off that fedora every time we played kickball, you know? He did not need, you're welcome, you know? It wasn't enough. He's doing all right. We shoot for the PhDs, you know? But it was summer camp, so it's not like I was his teacher or anything. But he reminded me about, and I hope he's not, I'm here to tell y'all before he tells others. It's not how I got fired or anything. It's not like anything like that, you know? It was like that okay. I'm addicted to cake, all right? Not cake, the dessert, okay? And here's the thing, when I was working as a unit camp director, for the 3 summers, I was a camp counselor, then I got promoted, right? And it was the best because I got the walkie-talkie, the clipboard, and I got a golf cart. I called it J-Mobile, you know? It was great. Here's the best perk. Every time there was a kid's birthday in my division, I had 5th and 6th grade division, anytime it was their birthday, I went to get the cake from the kitchen to bring it out, and everyone says happy birthday, sings happy birthday. So this time, they made 2 big pans of cake, and I was thinking, that's too much cake for kids, okay? They got these small stomachs, all right? I'm just bringing out 1, and we'll see what to do with the second one for later. So I bring out this big pan, and then they start singing happy birthday. That was my time to escape to the kitchen. I was like, happy birthday to you. I got in the kitchen, pacing back and forth. What am I going to do with this second sheet of big pan of cake? So I wrapped it with some aluminum foil, and I put it in my J-Mobile, put on the seatbelt, safety first, and I drove it to the adventure section of the camp. And where did they had the rows of canoe? There was one rusty old canoe all the way far away that no one goes under because it's haunted. And I found a crate, and I put it on top of this crate, put it under the canoe, and every day for 1 week, around midnight, I went back there to feast on it. And no one was any wiser to know what I was up to, because anytime someone asked me, Jaren, where you going? I'm like, I'm doing my rounds, okay? All right? Just checking, right? I like your nods. You're giving me very good satisfaction that I'm doing a good job. So one day after the week, the camp director comes up to me. He was just like, hey, Jaren, we've been noticing last week we've been filling up your golf cart more than the other other unit directors. And I was like, oh, I was just doing my rounds, sir. I was very defensive. I was just doing my rounds. And he was like, yeah, but that's more guests than the other unit directors. I was like, oh, I was doing double rounds. I heard some pranks that was happening in the woods. I was checking it out. And he was like, okay, Jaren. And he walks away. A couple hours later, he comes back, and he's like, Jaren, come with me. And I was like, fuck. So we go and take his golf cart to the camp office, and he takes me to this room, and it was the server room. I did not know there was a server room in an outdoor camp. The server room that they have, computer servers, and there was a TV. So it turns out, yeah, there was surveillance cameras all over the camp. Because he sits me down, and he's like, I need you to watch this, Jaren. So he pressed play. It was timestamped on the last Wednesday. And the reason I'm saying the last Wednesday is because not only that, he wanted to show me this, but I was well in routine of getting this cake. It was my every night thing, you know what I mean? Like, I was getting out of the golf cart, I'm seeing myself, like, whistling to myself. I'm doing a little walk, I'm doing that cakewalk, And, I don't got a fork and knife or anything like that, I don't need that, so I'm reaching under the canoe, getting out the cake, and, like, I'm getting in there, like, I'm getting it all over my face because I'm looking up at times, and I remember just hearing noises in the woods, and I look up like this. Like that. I look like freaking Gollum from Lord of the Rings, just all in there, hunched over, just eating the cake with bad back posture. And then I just want to look away. I told him, turn it off, please, turn it off. And then we were quiet for a little bit, and he was like, hey, Jaren, this does not look good. And I was like, yeah, I know. He's like, why? And I was like, I get hungry doing my rounds, sir. I did. And then he was like, well, Jaren, you know what, I have to do this, but, so he took away my golf cart. But I kept the walkie-talkie and the clipboard. Yeah, I didn't get far because, I'm killing as unit director, okay? But I had to walk to places, and every time words got around camp that what I was doing. So like all the rumors, you just hear the whispers and everything. And I'm sitting down in the dining hall, and when you see when everyone was getting dessert, they all have their hands covered away from me. Like they don't trust me. And I'm in the corner eating my dessert. Sometimes, mostly it's cake, but like this time, I had one piece of cake, and it was the most depressing piece of cake. This kid comes up to me, and he was like, hey, I want to give you this, Jaren. Nice kid, this kid, Joey, was just like, thank you. And I grabbed it really fast. I ate it so quick, it was a very small piece of cake. I was like, thank you, Joey, thanks. Joey, can you give him some more? And he was like, no, I promise I'm not going to give you any more. I was like, no, Joey, come on! So yeah, I don't work at that camp anymore. And that's okay. Hey, I just wanted to say, hey, if you do a good job and you kill as a unit director, you deserve some cake. All right? That's all I want to say. Thank you all. Hey, have a good rest of your day. Thank you for being here. Thanks for supporting live comedy.